With graphics like that, this guy must work out. Hello everyone, I thought I would go over the electrical tools that I carry with me on a daily basis. At least for the kind of work I do, I found these take care of just about everything I need. I basically work from the outside of the receptacle, so replacing light fixtures, garbage disposals, stuff like that. I don't do a whole lot of wiring inside the walls. I leave that up to my subs, so this is the kit that helps me with what I do every day. Maybe some helpful tools for you as well. So I keep an electrical test set or tester with me. They make several different brands of this. I think this was a Home Depot tool, but I keep that with me. Helps to test the wires before you go to touching them. Everybody needs one of these. It helps you check the electrical outlets, make sure that they're wired right. So after you install it, you need to make sure that you can plug this in, and it's got a code up here on top that tells you whether it's wired correct. So you really only want these two. On this specific tester, these two orange lights indicate that everything's wired correctly. And then it's also got a GFCI switch on here. That way you can test to make sure the GFCI works. Really handy tool. I've got a fluke meter. I've had this for over 20 years. Works like a champ. It's another tool you need, because these other tools will just tell you if it's hot or if it's wired correctly, but sometimes you may be chasing something where you've got a loose wire in a receptacle and you're not getting full voltage through, or you're hooking up something, you want to make sure that you're actually getting what you need. So got to have that. A tape, use this every once in a while, mostly for fishing, like Cat 5 or coax cable, something like that. I don't do a whole lot of electrical wire fishing with this, but you could use it for either one. And then I got my little toolbox, and this is what I've used for several years for all my electrical stuff. It basically holds pretty much everything I need to do what I do. Got some coax connectors in here, plugs for breaker boxes, little nuts and bolts for fans. I carry a lot of those little bolts, stuff that you're going to lose on the fan kits will go flying across the room. I carry a lot of extras, face plates, adapters, and cables, extra cables for hanging lights, electrical plugs, Cat 5 connectors, some more coax adapters, excuse me, plugs for electrical boxes. And then in here, this is kind of set up the way my plumbing box is. So inside, got some red plugs I use. There's an assortment of electrical connectors in here, different colors, different sizes. Use these quite often. They're kind of handy, especially if you're tying in can lights or doing something where you need a jumper. I've got 3 plugs in them. They make these different sizes. The ones with the 3 adapters seem to be the best ones that I use the most. This is a cable locator, so it's really a generic version, but I've used it quite often. These adapters help whenever you're putting in backsplash. So when you put in the backsplash on an existing home, it offsets up to a half, maybe even 3/4 of an inch. You've got to bring the outlets out. So you can find these in your electrical supply aisle. You bundle them up until you get the thickness you need and put them back behind the outlets to space the outlet out even with the new surface. So those are a necessity when you're doing tile work. I've got several different crimpers in here. I've got a set that I carry in my tool bag. There's another tester. This is a crimper for putting in P8P and 6P adapters for phone jacks or Cat 5 jacks. There's another set of electrical cutters. This is for cutting in can lights. Use it for a drill bit. You can set it to different sizes and cut in your hole in your drywall. There's a really small set of wrenches, extra bits and pieces, another set of electrical pliers. These are used specifically for the coax cable, cutting, stripping, and crimping on the adapters. Handy little tools. And then just some little odds and ends that have kind of fallen out over the years down in here. That's about all I carry for electrical tools. If I need anything more than that, I'll pick up receptacles. My tool trailer, I carry a bag that has several white and ivory electrical face plates and outlets. But as far as what I carry every day to do fixture installs, this pretty much covers the gamut of what you would need. Appreciate your views. Thanks.
This guy needs to be a poster child for birth control. If you like that video, hit subscribe.